This is on trail day 169. It is Saturday, October 16th, 2021. And I'm about a half a mile south of Iron Mountain Gap, where my wife picked me up the other day. Got dropped off there this morning. And the guy that dropped me off hiked in a little ways. He had a food cache stashed. He had to pick up from a hike he did last weekend, so it worked out. He was coming here anyway, so I got a free ride. But the goal is to get to the campground in Irwin today. That's 18.8 miles. So slack packing, I just have a little 24-liter backpack with very little in it. So I think I can do 18 miles, but we'll see. It's raining this morning. It's supposed to have a bigger chance of rain in about an hour. And then by 10 a.m. it's done for the day. I didn't bring my umbrella or my rain jacket. I didn't check the weather. But I do have a rain cover for my pack, so. And the phone and camera here is waterproof. So I should be good. Yeah, I wonder if that's one of those Sasquatch stick things, you know. You always see those on the Bigfoot hunter. So it hadn't been too bad so far. Still no rain, so that's a good thing. I think almost to the top of the first climb. And then we have a thing called Beauty Spot. We go across the day, so hopefully it'll be cleared up by the time we get there. And the hills are much easier to go up when you're slack packing. So it started raining a little harder. Hard enough everything's getting wet. I'll stop and put the pack cover on the little pack. It comes with one built in the bottom. I don't think I have anything in there that would get ruined if it got wet, but just in case. At least it's warm enough to where the rain isn't a cold rain. But when the sun comes out later, it'll probably be all humid. Got a little bit of a view out there, even on a cloudy, drizzly day. Even though it's been a good bit of climbing this morning, the terrain's been good. A short little section, maybe 75 yards or something back, that was real rooty. But other than that, it's not been roots or rocks or stumps or nothing. And there's a rock. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Almost 19-mile day today. I don't know how far in we are. So, depending on how the rain and wet socks or whatever else ends up, always subject to change your mind. But so far, even with the rain, it's a good day to go hiking. So I stopped in here at the Cherry Gap shelter, because it was starting to rain harder. There was 3 ladies stayed the night in here, and shortly after 3 other guys showed up. But the last of the 3 guys just left. They all had rain gear. I think it's about to stop. The sky's getting clearer. So, since I didn't bring any rain gear, I've been kind of hanging out here. It's almost 11:30. I think I've done 4 miles or something. I was hoping to be about 4 miles further up the trail by now, but we'll be back hiking here before long. I have my headlamp, so if I have to hike after dark, no big deal. But that's how the day is going so far. So hopefully when this clears out, the sun's supposed to come out, and then the rest of the day is supposed to be good. So we shall see. So I was waiting here for it to quit raining, and I saw this piece of polycro plastic material up over the edge there. So I cut a neck hole in it and made kind of an improvised poncho. It won't be perfect neck hole in the top, obviously, but it will keep me dry enough, I believe. So I'm going to get started back hiking. And if this works, I guess the trail did provide. Alright, so I just put away the improvised tarp. I think the rain is done. Well, it didn't keep me dry. My shorts are wet. Of course, my socks, shoes are wet. My shirt's wet. I started sweating climbing this hill. It kept me from getting soaked. And it kept me from being cold, because that wind was kicking there for a minute. I didn't record anything. The camera was under the plastic thing. I took it off, stuck it under the back of my pack cover on the bottom in case I need it later. I've always brought a rain jacket on a slack pack, no matter the weather. And the one time I didn't check the weather, I didn't bring one, it rained. That's alright. We'll survive. So this climb is the steepest of the day. And we're close to the top. I'm pretty confident I'll get there before dark. We'll have to see how steep the downhill is, considering everything's wet. Even with the weather so far, it's a good day. It's 12:30, so we still got time for the sun to poke out. But regardless, we'll trudge right along. feeling pretty good today after a 0. I'm sorry if the lens gets water all over it. I didn't bring a towel to wipe it off. We're walking through this nice evergreen. Reminds me of New Hampshire. Trail's gotten kind of rocky and rooty. It's a cool breeze. According to my watch, we're at 51-59 elevation. There's supposed to be a cold front coming in next couple of nights. Supposed to be in the 30s, I think. But I'll be back at my camper tonight, and I'll slack pack south of Irwin tomorrow. 12.5 miles, I think. And then Monday, we're back on the trail with all my gear. There's a few blown down trees there. And now we're in the bigger evergreen forest. The spooky Sherwood Forest. It's like a really big campsite right over there. This would be a good place for one, as long as you weren't. There's a lot of dead ones. So far, it's 1 o'clock. Feeling good. Even though my feet are wet, it doesn't feel like the skin's sloughing off of them yet. I haven't soaked them. I haven't been splashing in the puddles or nothing, but they are wet. Oh, we'll see how they hold up by the end of the day. And we should get to go mostly downhill now for the remainder of the day. There'll be a couple of little dips up, but nothing over like 100 foot or so, I don't think. I didn't study it that hard, but there's no more climbs as steep as what we've had. So I'm cruising downhill. I got about 10 more miles left. And we dropped 4,600 feet. Still got a little ways to go. The sky's kind of getting brighter, so hopefully we'll get down in elevation a little. We'll get out of this wind and cloud cover. It's kind of cool, the wind, but it's not bad as long as I keep moving. If I was to stop and sit down somewhere, I'd get cold. There it is, the sun trying to come out. Hopefully it does. The Blue Blaze Trail somewhere. It's not the Blue Blaze Trail I'm looking for. Still got several miles. sun has yet to come out. I tried to peek through a couple more times. I'm coming up here on this clearing. I think this may be what they call a beauty spot. I saw to the left, I can see some views under the clouds. So hopefully we get up here, there's something good to see. I think we got like 7-something miles. And it's almost 2:30. So yeah, I should be back to the campground by about 5-ish. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of something to see. Depends on staying aloft with the camera. So it might be really windy. We got some views. A lot warmer down there in the valley than it is up here. Got another little view spot. I can see why it's called beauty spot, other than all the garbage. Going downhill, that's northbound, and that's southbound. This is one of those situations where the trail just goes straight up the mountain. If you're going northbound, the sun's finally poking out. It's definitely warming up. This might turn out to be an alright day after all. I'm feeling pretty good right now, so I don't think I'll have any problem finishing up this almost 19-mile day. It's nice legs and all are getting to the point where they're not crying, "Are we done yet?" Which I know I'm not carrying my full load today, but we got a little bit of a view here. We get a power line view. It doesn't really look like there's much on the other side. I hadn't stopped for a snack yet. The sun went away and the breeze came back. But I'm going to be stopping here shortly. If I don't find a nice warm sunny spot, it'll just be a short break. The sun's trying to come back out. Yeah, this trail pretty much sent the beauty spot, and other than Rudy in places, it's been pretty nice. So across the road, not too far down, had this little climb up. 6.6 miles from the campground. And it is 3:30. So yeah, 5:30ish, something like that, I guess. I thought about taking a break at the camp spot, but there's still so much wind. There are trash all in the fire pit. That's a pretty common thing. I'm still looking for that not so windy spot. Take a break. Like a 20-minute cheese break. Yeah, even though it's chilly and damp, it still has not been a bad day. I don't know what these mushrooms are called. Somebody told me the other day you could eat those. Don't take my word on it. I'd have to look it up and make sure. I know there is mushrooms out here like chicken of the woods, hen of the woods, lion's mane. You can eat all those, but that one in particular, I saw a guy slicing one up, put in his north side. I saw it after he sliced it, so it looked kind of like one of those. That's what he said it was, one of the little white button mushrooms you see all in the trail. Gotta cook it first, of course, but too many bad mushrooms out there. This terrain overall has just been great. I thought about going north and being picked up, but I was advised south was the way to go, and I believe that advice would be correct. There's been a ton of climbing going north. So I ended up stopping here, sitting on that rock, having a snack break. I drank almost an entire Gatorade. And ate about 3/4 of a bag of Cheez-Its snapped jalapeno pepper jack chips, crackers, whatever. Oh, they were just too good to eat, just a handful. So I got 5.8 miles. It's 10 minutes after 4. So probably around 6 o'clock I'll be back at the camper. and get the wet shoes off, the wet socks. Let my feet dry some so I can take a shower without peeling the bottom of them off. And call it a day. Gotta figure out what I want for dinner. I must be coming up on a road or something. I hear traffic. So we're on a downhill stretch, and then there's one little small uphill section, and then it looks like it's mostly all downhill after that. So starting to get a little chilly. Never again do I slack pack without a rain jacket. I had thought about taking some of the warm layers I got in my clothes bag and my big pack out, because I haven't really used them in the last 2 weeks. Thinking I might not need them. I might can take 1 or 2 pieces out. I think I'll have to leave most of it in there. Another day like today, if I was camping tonight, it'd be cold. And this hitchhiker season again. Leaves just stack all up on the trekking pole. Yep, my toes, feet will be happy to get out of wet socks. Hopefully they don't get too cranky in the next 5 miles. A little bit of a view through the trees. The sun's still trying. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, even though I'm slack packing. I didn't sleep very good last night. I went to bed early, woke up at like 1:30, and never could go back to sleep. I'll probably sleep good tonight. I slept good the night before. A little too good. I think I got up at like 10:30 yesterday morning. So that may be why I didn't sleep very good last night. This section's got a lot of rocks under these leaves. Not sure what that used to be. Foundation to a house, maybe? Foundation to something. The trail come out over there, continues up here. There's a forest road, an old one. There's people set up down there with a tent and a fire. Probably the shelter coming up shortly. I had 3.5 miles, and that was about 30 minutes ago, so should be under 3 now. and it is 5:15. So yeah, between 6:30. Long day, but not real strenuous. It was a good section to slack pack. Nice shelter. So there was somebody at the shelter. A couple sleeping bags in the shelter. I saw somebody down at the creek getting water. I didn't talk to anybody. Just moved on. Almost home. Less than 2 miles, descending down into the gorge. That's what we just came down. Going downhill like this, all these rocks and stuff, gotta go kind of slow. And my feet will be ecstatic to get there and get out of these shoes and socks. If I'd have had my regular pack, I would have changed my socks a while back. But I didn't have no extra ones with me this time, so. Hopefully the feet won't be too unhappy. I don't think they will. But we're almost there on the home stretch. I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know what it's like on the southbound side over here, but going northbound pretty much from Irwin to I don't know, at least to the top of Roan Mountain would be a tough section. Be a ton of climbing. I guess it's just preparing you for New Hampshire, right? Well, I should be there before too much longer. Now here's that mushroom, I think it's lion's mane. It's supposed to taste like crab legs, but I don't know. I'll take a picture of it just to learn this sort of stuff, or just because. But we should be almost to the Blue Blaze, down to the rafting center, so I'm about to check gut hooks and see. And then we'll be done. Well, I made it. There's my Blue Blaze. I can see the road right there. This last stretch was pretty nice. And it looks like it's going to continue that way going southbound, but I don't know for how long. So that's it. 18.8 miles. And it is 6:30. Or like 6:28. So I had originally told the wife I'd be back between 3 and 5, and if I hadn't had a setup in the shelter waiting on the rain to stop, I would have been here before 5, I believe. But oh well. Overall, good day. Hey, Angel.